Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? You are now tuned into the Black Ramen podcast. This is a very special episode because, first of all, before we go into all the logistics, what's up, y'all? This is Chatty Patty, aka Madam Straw Hat, aka D Celestial Freaking Dragon, aka Fifth Gear Patty, and I have with me.
Hello, this is Sleepy Bree. I am very tired. It is very late. Tea sipping Bree, but my tea has already been sipped.
What's up, people? This is Derby, aka Sexual Chocolate, and we have ourselves a very special guest. Go on and introduce yourself.
Hey, this is your boy, aka Jynn, aka Mr. Jintastic, and aka I'm not as fancy as all of y'all with all y'all AKAs and stuff. I gotta work on mines apparently. I was like, but yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. You know, it's always family chilling with all of y'all. So thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the reasons why Shonen Pump be popping. So if you haven't been to a Shonen Pump party and you have not seen this gentleman behind the 1 and 2s, what are you really living for? Because when I tell you, it's always a fun time when Jim is behind the 1 and 2s. So if you haven't gone to a Shonen Pump party, this is your time right now to start following Black Ramen Podcast. Start following Shonen Pump, Shonen Pump Hotties, Shonen Pump Party, and Shonen Pump Hotties to stay in tune for the latest events. And I guarantee you, if you haven't been, you're missing out. They just had a Shonen Pump Party not too long ago. I think 2 weeks ago. My knees still hurt. I'm not even gonna hold it. Yo, like I was Meg. And
funny you said
workout,
that.
It was definitely a workout.
Funny you said that. Like Silky, one of the other DJs from on the crew, he recorded the entire set for that whole night. So I'm listening on the playback and stuff. So I'm hearing the MC and everybody just wilding and stuff. And I just hear Control Freak. He was like, "Jim, what are you doing? It's Earth." Well, guess we're hearing all the dance tunes and all that other stuff. And I'm cackling. And I remember exactly why I did that. It was because I saw you, our eyes locked, and the spirit just took me. And I just went off.
And I know, because every time when I see Jim in 1 and 2s, I'll be like, he knows, because this is what I was waiting for all night, bro. This is why I come early. Because I know Jin is going to be playing. So, yeah, definitely tune out. It's a great time to be had. Definitely tune into Shonen Pump parties. It's whew. I've never seen weebs get together and dance out and rock out like this. It's amazing. You need to show up. So this, as a matter of fact, this particular party that we went to was a Shonen Pump. Was it Memorial? What was it? Memorial Day dance hall?
Yeah,
it was a dance hall party. Yep. And here's the thing: it's so funny because it's nothing but weebs and. I'm sitting here, I'm talking with Jyn and another gentleman. So we're talking about, hey, what are you watching? Because, you know, it's Shonen Pump Party. Of course, we're all talking about what anime you watching. Okay. So I'm like, you know, I'm the only girl, so I'm keeping it light. I'm like, you know, I'm watching, what's the hard stuff we're watching right now? The masculine stuff. The
kaiju.
I was watching I said, I'm watching kaiju, you know. It's good. I'm watching what else? It was some name drop. Something light, because I didn't want to freak them out.
Right.
Out of nowhere, this guy says, "Hey, have you been watching what he mentioned, like Elf Bride?"
Yeah, if you listen to our spring 2024 anime season lineup, I'd just like to raise my hand and say I recommended that. An Archdemon's Dilemma: How to Love Your Elf Bride.
Yep.
The way Jyn lit up in that conversation just like natural Jyn fashion, it's like, you know what? You need a balance of both. You need a balance of both. You don't need that, you know, fighting all the time. Sometimes you need the romance. Sometimes you need the cutesy. Sometimes you need, you know. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like this. These two guys don't know each other from nowhere. They're talking. I'm just like, I wanted to pull my phone out and call Bree, but I know she's asleep. I wanted to say, Bree, do you understand what they're talking about right now? Do you see these two grown men who know the essence of pure art, pure, beautiful story? Like, I'm like, it was a time to be had. If the Lord took me right now and was like, yo, it makes sense.
Okay, take me. It's fine.
Yeah. I feel like we're growing as a community, that it's okay to love the things that you love and not have to be like fighting all the fucking time. That's what I say all the time. This is how you have healthy relationships. I know these guys are going great places because they have masculinity. They have sensitivity. They have a balance of everything. As a matter of fact, there's no gender involved. It's just a decent person, a good person. You felt it through the conversation. I just wanted to take a nap at this point. I'm like, I feel so comfortable right here. It was just love. It was just amazing. So we decided to talk about, great animes that you wouldn't necessarily hear in a group chat full of guys who watch Naruto or Dragon Ball or One Piece. This right here is a combination of our slice of life / fantasy / what would you call it, Bree?
Non-battle shonen list.
Non-battle shonen list. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your pen ready.
There's nothing wrong with a good battle shonen. We all have fun. We all enjoy them. But there's so much else out in the world. Your whole perspective on life changes once you broaden your horizons.
I mean, some of these will break you. They will.
Yeah, they will break you. I was not prepared.
Fuck.
I'm over here like, hey, this is cute. All right, I could just turn my brain off. I'm like, oh no, what are you doing?
This will break you. This will make you second guess everything in your life. Because some of these animes, you second guess relationships.
Yep.
Like daily life decisions. You're like, damn.
Why she don't love me like this?
That's exactly. And don't let my husband be in the room, because I'd be like, nigga.
You never said it like this.
Okay. To get into the list, since we mentioned it already, we should let it hop forward a little bit. Jynn, could you explain to us, what do you like about an Archdemon's Dilemma, How to Love Your Elf Bride? Because I gotta say, right on the surface, this is not the one I would expect to come up in a conversation. We gotta admit, the animation's not that great. Art style, not that great. It's not the art style, but there's something about it, right?
I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. Because, like, first of all, even I was kind of thrown off when homie brought that up in the conversation. I was like,
yeah, I mean,
what? Jynn looked at each other. Jynn loves everything. Like, everything that's good, everything that's wholesome. He likes to make sure of both. So then, I'm telling you, mid-puff, Jynn looked at me, was like,
oh, this is real life? Is this my time to shine? Heard you, Pops. Let's go. Because, like, normally, like, in conversations like that, I figure out what anime to talk about depending on what you're already talking about. It's just like, oh, I'm doing kaiju. I'm like, word? You're doing kaiju? Have you seen so-and-so and so-and-so? And stuff like that. Because, like, my taste is eclectic. So, that being said, well, Archdemon, it's just I don't know, for me, it's just that with all the fantasy stuff that's kind of happening, that it's just like the interpersonal relationships that are interesting for me. Because it's like you have two awkward ass mains. And the whole stigma about the whole sorcerers being evil and all that other stuff, when you just tear off the layer, you're just like, oh, you're just awkward, bro. Like, you just get no buns.
That's it.
But you fell in love off rip. So we're not gonna talk about the elf slave part, but you just like saw her and was like, you know what? She got to be mine. I don't care if I have to burn the world to do it. And I'm like, I will heard the energy.
Hold on, the nigga burnt the bank. The nigga said everything.
Every step he had.
Bro's on-site meter when it comes to shorty is Black Air Force energy strong. Like,
do not show me Romeo and Juliet. Show me this.
Thank you.
This is love at first sight.
Hold on. The Titanic could never. Leo, you could never. Leo, you could never.
Like,
hold on, let's give that man a script first. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Let's not take that away from him.
Bro, I mean, man, like his on-site meter was very respectable, bro. He heard Shorty got hurt, and he was like, "I'm taking your knees," and every time you lose, you're buying me drinks. Like, like it's insane. So there's that, and then the whole dynamic of the social stuff, you know, throwing wrenches here and there. Like now, where I'm at, you know, spoiler alert if you're not caught up in the anime. Like, let me throw that there. You know, he has like an adopted child now, so now it's
the whole family.
With a whole family, and it's crazy because like you know, in anime you hear everybody's thoughts and shit. So like you're hearing them literally swooning over this girl, like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I want to say I love you and all that stuff, and we're gonna be together forever. And then the words that come out of his mouth is like, "You're mine. You're always you're my property." And I'm like, you fucking idiot!
You said it in your head. Why can't it just register coming out? Like, are you gonna kill me now? And he's like, that's not for you to know.
Mind you, in his head, he was like, no, I'm gonna make you live forever. I will find every way for us to live and grow old forever.
Why couldn't you just say that though?
Nah,
like, what is hilarious?
Sometimes you don't have that time when you meant to say one thing. Because you had it straight in your head, but as soon as you got in front of that person, it's like, nah, it's all right, it's cool. Period. All lowercase.
Yeah.
I get you. I get you.
I guess it's just they just play it off to the extreme, which is hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely to the
time.
Crazy.
And then just the moment you get his wild perspectives and realize he's also a little insane, like telling this little girl, nah, doing this won't make you feel better. That's not the kind of revenge you want. What you want isn't to take out this person, it's to capture them and make them suffer.
As long as possible.
I got my revenge too.
Till you're satisfied.
Yo, that was the most wholesome, fucked up shit I've ever heard.
The way I was like, yo,
I think for Zagan's character, I fell in love with his character when she was describing like what she did to her village, just letting them get caught and like murdered, and he's like, yeah, correct. That's what you were supposed. I would have killed them all myself. Like I was like, yes.
And then, you know, as Bree would say, like she did mention, the budget wasn't, you know, you could tell the budget wasn't that great.
It's not an ugly anime, but you know there's nothing really there. There's no like amazing action scenes. They have some action scenes, but we can like go back to the 2000s and find better action scenes.
Right.
Listen, Mappa was not behind this. Don't expect like a don't expect like a cinema masterpiece. Like like no, you know what you came here for. Like you came here after watching like freaking Evangelion and Neverland and all that, Promised Neverland. Like you came here to be like, you know what, I kind of need to relax, you know.
Yeah, you cool down and leave with a smile.
You know what, you do need like a rest anime, like you know.
Oh, every season you need one.
You do. I think 2020. Me and Derby, we always go back and forth. My roommate is a cat. That's a real drop.
So
oh my god.
Real quick.
I know there's a manga called A Man and His Cat, and I can't wait till they make that one. Oh,
I'm gonna read that.
When it comes to cats,
my roommate is a cat was so fucking adorable.
I love it. I have that sweater. I'm not even gonna hold you. And it's my mom's sweater. So that's why I resonated with because that sweater that he's wearing, that's the last thing his parents ever gave him before spoiler, before what happened. Yeah, and the way I got the same sweater, and man, it's like who owns who? The cat owns him or he owns the cat? Like you don't know. You don't know. It's not
the cat. We all know real cat owners know the cat owns the human.
Of course. Of course. Like, especially when you bring me a little food for me to eat, because you know I'm about to pass out right in this book. Yeah, you own me. You got it. You take me for a walk. It's all right. So we finish Elf Bride. I call it Elf Bride because the title was too long. You would have thought it was an isekai. But you know what? Bree picked one because you know that was her favorite. Regardless, she picked Elf Bride. So I think we should just go into, since we already picked one that didn't have the best animation, let's give credit to where animation really thrived. And I'm going to say Dress Up Darling. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, Dress Up Darling. One of the most wholesome, beautiful animes you could ever.
Wouldn't call wholesome.
That are a little not wholesome.
We stand Gojo-kun. I don't care.
Okay.
Protect that boy at all costs.
All right.
Okay, Gojo was
yes, protect them.
There's some family members, if they walk in, you're going to have some explaining to do. All right?
That's what I mean. Yeah, if your mom walks up behind you, can you trust her to dress up darling?
Sweat is inside the cleavage bit.
Not the sweat.
I mean, that was a scene.
I put it to anime bullshit 101. If you've been in the trenches of anime for long, you know there's random ass sexuality that just pops up out of nowhere. It's just basically what you're willing to tolerate at one given point.
This is beyond, like, at this point, this is beyond like panty shots. This is like real.
No, they get creative with it.
They get very because the way the sweat dropped down in the crease, and I'm like, why is that sweat? Circumference, titty sweat, all of that. We talked about that during that season.
They made titty sweat sexy.
They did.
And I'm over here like, why is that sweat sparkling? Like, the animation is really good on that sweat. Like, you really you put budget to the titties?
I mean, they put a lot of budget to titties, but there's also a lot of budget to other stuff. Because you remember that beach episode where they just go to the beach, skip school, and we just see the water running over them.
When you saw the water and you saw his toes, I was like, "What, Jamaica?" Like, it just looks so beautiful. The art was beautiful. As a matter of fact, even the disrespect. The first episode was beautiful. But the disrespect when she was like, "Hey, I'm trying to make my cosplays," and when she put that first shit on, the motherfucker didn't even notice. And I said this before. The motherfucker did not even notice that it didn't, like, that she was half naked. He said, "First of all, who measured this? Why did it look like that on you? Where you get these numbers from? Why are you just continuing from back here?
Never heard of an
even."
That's why I'm like, protect this man.
Listen, the way he burnt her and she looked like she was tearing up. If emotional damage was a button that I could press right now, that's a perfect time to press it, because she crumbled and fell apart. The animation was beautiful. The art style immaculate. The little Asian dolls that his father.
Oh yeah,
beautiful,
stunning,
beautiful. Gorgeous.
But you know what's the thing about this anime? When we say, you know, real men can watch stuff that's not just battle shonen, there's some low-hanging fruit for you. Like, you don't have to go immediately to soft, twitchy, fluffy, magical girls. You can get something like this and still brag and say, "Yeah, I watch romance anime."
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'd have to look you in the eye and say, "That's fair. That's a good one."
That's when you know the world is changing. The fact
we all win.
Bring up Windbreaker and out of nowhere you come up like, "Yeah, but did you watch this? Because my emotion." I was like, yo.
On
the Shonen Pump Party. That's how you know Shonen Pump ended up getting together. Because I was not expecting this, and this is why this episode needed to happen. So we finished.
I think the same homie caught a dub somewhere. So homie was emotionally expressing himself.
He was a great gentleman, even though he was drunk. He was a great gentleman.
Yep.
He expressed to us that he was like a listener for years since the pandemic, and I was just like, "Nice, brother, don't do that to me. Don't do that. Don't do that to me." I was like, "I appreciate you, sir."
But
shout out to him. Shout out to him.
It kind of attests to like my taste in anime is I like shit with that kind of puts a spin on the anime or the type of genre. Like me, one of my favorites is Isekai, but I'm not on every Isekai because there's like every 2 seconds. Like I like spins on stuff, like, you know, reincarnated like a slime, Seventh Prince,
Seventh Prince, go crazy.
Reborn to master my magical ability. Sorry. You were saying.
But that's what I'm saying. So like with Dress Up Darling, it wasn't like Goju, like the male protagonist being head over heels and all that other shit.
He wasn't
like I mean,
but he tried his best to be respectful because he noticed she was hot, and then he said, "Hold on, no, this is important to her. She's not here for me to like fill her up or have dirty thoughts. She's here so I can help her out. So I can make this. She's serious about this, and I want to be serious for her."
No. Y'all missing the point. His first love was that doll, that headpiece he had in his pocket.
That is fact. She's
second place. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
all right, but still.
That's his first head. Paul.
Oh wow.
I mean,
no Diddy.
No Diddy. The diddler strikes again.
Oh my god.
But no, like, but it was kind of refreshing that.
No, I understand.
Especially as you know, a straight male seeing a girl, or what I perceive a girl's version of romance in that thing, of falling first and all that other stuff. And I'm like, oh, you're a dweeb too. I love this. Like, I really like this.
You are just like me.
Yeah, she's the most popular girl in school. As a matter of fact, she falls into that category where those girls that tan and a little provocative.
The yahoos.
Yes. Yeah. So she's popular for being pretty and stuff, but she does love anime. And like, I don't think she came out with saying that she liked it to her friends because none of them cosplayed. It's when she met Homeboy, and I think they were talking about, like, he was talking about, like, you know, doing costumes and stuff like that, or the doll industry.
He was sewing.
Nah, he was sewing.
Yes, you're right. He was sewing, and then she said, "Bet, nigga, I got this shit. I gotta go through and in a month." And this is what I started off with. The nigga said, "Throw the whole thing in the trash." I like it.
You ain't shit. Your mama ain't shit.
Everybody ain't shit. The yarn, everything ain't shit. What you just put together was a piece of shit.
Okay, but he didn't mean to be mean about it.
Nah, he did.
He did.
The second he realized, he was like, "Dang, I just ripped her apart." My bad.
Yeah, I mean, he apologized.
That's the way he said what he said, but he said it.
I mean, it was the professional in him. I get it, because sometimes, like, I listen to certain things and I'm like, that wasn't it. Like,
it was hilarious.
You hype, and this wasn't it. Like,
exactly.
Okay, so what's next on the list?
The next anime that's on the list is Apothecary Diaries.
Oh, you're whipping out the big one right now?
Yeah, I'm pulling out the big guns. I'm pulling out the big guns. I'm pulling out the big guns.
Anytime if I'm talking to a guy and he just says out of nowhere, Apothecary Diaries, unprompted, bow down, applause. You get the gold medal sticker.
You did it.
Just well done.
Oh my god!
No action, no fighting. Female main character.
I mean, there was a little bit of fighting. She lost. No, there was fighting. She lost.
That's not a fight. That's just a beatdown. That is not a fight. That is not a fight.
I don't even think that guy thought he was about to hit her as hard as he hit her.
Nah, that's a fact.
He looked back and said, "Oh shit."
Oh, damn, that was a little hard.
Yo, that guy is dead though, right? Like, yeah.
Oh.
Well, the reason I feel like Apothecary Diaries falls in this category because it's not your typical, you know, the main showcase of shonen demographic, not demographic.
I don't know genre. What demographic is. It's one of those things that doesn't really fit cleanly into anything. It's just damn good.
It's really
nothing but quality.
Yeah, it's a it's a fantasy
historical mystery
drama mystery.
Yeah, they call it drama. Well, from my anime list, they call it drama mystery.
I mean, it's a lot of fucking drama.
Yeah.
Yo, it is messy. It is messy.
It is messy. It is messy. Do you know it's two studios that did it? No wonder it was great.
Like,
it was two studios.
Just in general, massive spoiler alert. But go off. Yeah, just in general, I'm saying.
Oh, just go off?
I feel like we're going to go off.
Oh, we're going to go off.
Exactly,
right. Yeah. What two studios worked on this?
It's Toho Animation, and I think it's OLM.
OLM.
Oh.
Yeah. So they came together. I want to know who the director was because A1, sir. A1.
Oh, shit, they also worked on Odd Taxi. Yeah, and you know how Black Ramen loves Odd Taxi.
Wait, he did Odd Taxi?
No, they OLM worked on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Because I
thought you said it's the same director. I was
no, imagine.
I can see it. It's kind of like this slow investigation type.
Oh, bless them. Bless their hearts. But yeah, the way Apothecary Diaries took everybody by storm. So a lot of people, me personally, I wasn't gonna pick it up right away, but then the hype started building up on TikTok.
Yep.
When the hype started building up, because I'm pleased to say that almost every episode was a mystery. Mm-hmm. And it was just beautiful. And then finally, when we got a little bit into her backstory.
Ooh.
Incredible.
Chills. You saying, who's my mother?
Yo.
You saying, who's my daddy?
Yo.
And he can't see?
I think we all got scared shitless that 1 second and that one episode where her face just flashed across the screen.
Yo.
And that guy was like, hey, do you know this person? Huh?
I remember it was a wild week.
Straight from the ring.
Like 2 other shows that just had mean mugs like this.
Oh,
and Apothecary just added to it, just this 1 second flash of
loved it.
Fuck you! Don't say that name in front of me again.
Yep. And the way homie was like, I've never seen her look like that ever in my life. Maybe I should refrain from saying that.
Yo, again. Saying this name again.
And he's like, I never want to see that again. I was like,
and you know what I love too? She gives me a little bit of Tanya the Terrible vibes, because when they found out she was smart and knew about something, because remember when she first gets into the palace after she gets kidnapped.
Yep.
And they buy her out. She goes into the palace and she's like, this is a nice life. I get food and board. I'm good. And then when the babies were starting to get sick from the
lead poisoning,
the makeup, it was
mercury.
Mercury. So she found out it was the makeup. She slipped a note to the baby mothers of the concubines and was like, hey, listen, stop wearing the L'Oreal number 6. You need to stop wearing that. One of the bitches was like, throw this paper out. The other bitch was like, it's all right. I need to wear more sunscreen. I don't need to wear this no more. Mm-hmm. Her baby died. And then slowly but surely, no one knew who wrote the note. And then boom, homie was like, bitch, that's you, because you know why? You wrote it on your dress. You got a rip on your dress. You the only bitch in this palace that got a messed up dress. Everybody else take pride working with these concubines. You bitch, you don't. You ripped off your fucking dress when you could have asked me for a piece of paper. You could
have wrote it on the bed enough.
She was so tight when she got found out. She was like, yo, you could have just leave it alone, bro.
This is why they caught her with just like, yo, if you could read this, stay behind. And everybody left. She like, yo, why? Oh fuck!
I forget. I can't read.
Right. And you know what's so funny? This is why I say she reminds me of Tanya the Terrible. Because Tanya Terrible, all she wanted was just her pension, a desk job. She doesn't want to fight. She doesn't want nothing. All she wants is just her basic 9 to 5. Come home, go to work. Right. Same thing with Shorty. All she wanted was a decent job, make enough money to send back to the brothels so she could pay her debt. But we really find out what the debt is for. And that's another story within itself. The shit that happens in the palace with these concubines and the roles that these men play. The ones that are like eunuchs.
Yeah, they're all eunuchs in the palace, except for...
although we think there's one that might not be. I love the layers within the layers.
But we also don't know exactly which kind of eunuch. Because it turns out there's multiple kinds.
Yeah, the ones that they take off the balls.
And some are
leave the dick. And there's the one that leave the dick and leave the ball. Take the dick. And
it was a wild time for a night.
Just, and some of those procedures you don't really. In those procedures, some of them you don't really make it out. Because for some reason, penicillin wasn't a thing. Like, infections, you use a hot metal on skin, and then you just think like, okay, cool, now you can work in the palace. Nigga, can I get through this fever first? Because I don't even know if I make it.
I think they let them after. It's not like they 30 minutes after the procedure. It's like, hey, can you get this thing for me now? Like,
I don't see that all that often.
No,
we're getting more and more kind of shoujo anime coming through each season. But still, like high quality ones like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's rare. I love it. But okay, sorry. We've been on this one for a while. What else we got on our list?
Every good reason. Hold on, with every good reason.
All of these have good reasons. We could spend an hour on every single one on this list.
Yeah. We could. So you know what? You're right. Let's go on to what we're doing. All right. For this one, I'm gonna let Jynn say this title because I fuck it up every time. But this is the one that Jynn actually said, nah. We need to talk about the whatever that shit is.
The Welcome to Demon School Aruma-kun?
Is that it? The Rumacun? Yes. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the other one.
No. That's a whole other conversation off camera.
Yeah. Welcome to Demon School. Yeah.
Rumacun.
All right.
It's a very interesting anime. I enjoy it quite much.
Can we say this one is wholesome?
It is at moments, like 90% of the time, and then 10% of the time they remind you they're demons. Like that's the whole dynamic of the show. Like you got a human kid who got sold to a devil, and you're like, oh my god, the kid's about to get eaten by the devil, Sullivan. And the demon was like, and Sullivan was like, oh, you know, I kind of don't want to eat you. I kind of just want you to be my grandkid real quick, because you know my other two friends. They have grandkids and they've been
bragging.
Like I can't have that. Like, am I pussy? Like I can't lose. I'm Sullivan, bro. Like,
yo, can we at least have something to talk about the senior center? Like, I would like to talk about my grandkids while I'm playing bingo. Like, you know, I'm not the only one.
I'm tired of this. Every dinner, it's like, have you heard my grandkid started a gang and just beat up all the second years, and then. Like, no, F that. So, and then, you know, he puts his kid, Iruma, into like a demon high school, Babyliss. So you're like, all right, cool. He's at a demon. He has to like survive. Then you find out that Sullivan is the principal of said high school. And, you know, you're thinking like, oh, you know, it's like a typical slice of life. They're going to classes and everything. And then they remind you they're demons. Like one time they're freaking the theme song, the main...
The school theme song is about eating humans.
And Iruma is just sitting there just shitting bricks. Like he's just like,
fuck.
It's like, why am I here? Why am I here?
They're killing me. They're gonna kill me. That's what he's thinking. They're gonna kill me. I'm
saying it. You gotta see it. So yeah, and then you know it gets progressively wholesome, and then it gets progressively dangerous because they like to remind folks that they're demons. Like. It's like, don't get it twisted. Yeah, that's my senpai, but senpai might have to get clapped. Like,
which I appreciate.
So would you consider this a slice of life?
Yeah,
because a lot of it is him just going to school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 90% of it is just, you know, him going to school, being friends with these different personalities, and especially. Since demons deal with like families and bloodline stuff, so you see the dynamics of like their family that you see how it rubs off on each character and stuff like that. Like Asmodeus, he's one of the like one of Iruma's best friends, right? But his mom is like one of the 13 crowns, like one of the big 13 demons of the whole netherrealm that's like ruling the whole netherworld. And she's the demon of lust. So you're like trying to figure out what he's doing, but he doesn't show anything. Incubus, I think. Yeah.
A succubus?
Yeah.
She's a succubus.
I love
incubus, obviously.
And by definition, technically, Asmodeus is an incubus, but he doesn't show any traits of any sexuality or anything. All he's been doing was working on his fire magic.
Yeah.
And then
he's been working on being great.
In that aspect, because he's like, I don't want to deal with my over gushy mom, who is broken as fuck. Don't get it twisted. They remind you she's a demon, like, because she literally almost broke somebody on some like he tried to grab Iruma and he was under her protection at one point, and she stopped him. And he was like, "You think somebody's really gonna grab him from me?" And chills went over this big Brolic dude, and he was just like, "Nah, you got it. You're right. You're right. I don't want to smoke."
Got it. Wow.
Like, so yeah, it's a slice of life. It gets, you know, again, it's like, oh my god,
arc about like just a chick being bullied and just wanting friends, and she's giving them snacks and stuff, and Iruma shows up. It has all the slice of life tropes.
All of it, and then it reminds you they're demons. Like
they never slide off without letting you know, hey, listen, we're demons. Like you get.
Just
like,
remember, if we find a human here,
we eating them.
Lunch.
This is kind of an older manga anime. What brought this one to your attention?
I want to say, you know, like I was telling Patty, like was at the party or whatever, you know, you needed a balance and stuff like that. So I've seen some like shonen and I mean some seinen and stuff in that genre, but not like deep dived into it until maybe recently, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let me just rip the band-aid off. Cause you know, I did start with like Orin High School.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I blame the wife for that one. I had to read the manga because I needed to know who she ended up with because like they were pissing me off with that.
Oh, do you want to know?
Oh, I read the manga. I know.
Okay, you read the manga.
Okay, girl, I was upset.
In our karaoke party, did you see when we gave away the box set?
I think so.
So we gave away the box set, and Derby literally told me, "Why you had to tell her what it was?" I said, "So what? We spent money on it. Let her know she got the best gift." She opened the gift. She went like this. She said, "God bless you."
Because y'all anime,
it's a classic.
Yo, y'all anime heads just waited forever to resolve that fucking thing over there. So yeah, so I already did that, and then I ended up watching Fruit Baskets, the remake.
You've just lost Bree's faith.
I know, it's fine. And I got off for the shonen seinen after a while because Momoji, the tiger or the bunny story about his mom. I don't remember fully because it's been a while, but it was with the kid that his mom had to forget him because the knowledge of the curse and all that other shit.
Oh wait.
I don't know if it was
basket, aren't you?
Yeah, Fruit Basket. But anyway, that broke me because I'm like, damn, your parents don't want you. So there's that.
Then you can't watch Stars Align. Then I'm sorry.
No, listen. So I was going through that little phase and stuff like that, and then I saw like Aruma-kun, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. So I saw the first episode, and I'm like, all right, cool. His parents are pieces of shit. Okay. That's cool. Probably gonna get sold off to a mob. And then the title was interesting. I'm like, demon school. Like, why is this kid going on demon school? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening here? And then the way they introduced it was, I'm thinking it was gonna be comedy. And then when they showed that 10%, that's when it told me, I'm like, oh, this thing is about to be complex.
Boom.
Mind blown. That's when I started. I'm like, all right, let me. And at the time when I started watching it, there was already like 7 episodes out of the first season. So I'm like, all right, let me watch this. Because normally I give like new anime like 3 episodes to see like where they at. After the 3rd episode, I was like, okay, I see what they're putting down. I'm cackling. I'm like, oh, we're in school. This is interesting. And then shit goes left. And I'm like, oh, this is wild. Okay. And then they started planting like groundwork for like deeper stories that's going to resolve later down the storyline. And I'm like, yeah, I need to read the manga because I need to understand why this is happening.
Yeah. But I just want to say that, yo, I'm so glad that you're on this episode, because this is something that Black Ramen has been trying to showcase for ever since we were a thing. Right. So I feel like when you step into anime, it's okay to like what you like. Like, say for instance, you say, okay, there's a lot of people that say, okay, I don't really get into anime unless it's like, I need a good fight scene. Right. Which is typical, because this is why shonen has become such a big demographic, but it's okay to step out and check out other types of genre, other types of feel good. Or if you what do you call that, masochist, and you want to hurt yourself and watch some anime, it's okay to do that too.
A sad anime.
I love a good cry.
Are you trying to lead into the next one on our list?
Yes, I am. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Lie on April. The way Your Lie on April has had me and never, like, first of all, April is my birthday month. That's another thing that kind of fuck with me too. So first of all, that's another anime that had great animation. They had no budget on animation. They had no budget on the soundtrack, because first of all, the way they had all the, because it's a can we call it It's not a musical anime. Is it a musical?
It is a music anime.
100%.
You're lying.
Okay, it's a musical anime.
Yeah.
Like the poster child.
I mean, it's about a pianist and a violinist. So
You could
Literally,
really
they
hear
play
the
multiple
keys.
times, so
You
I'd
could
say
really-
yes.
Yeah, you could
Like,
really hear the keys. You could.
They are
Yeah.
big enough.
yeah.
You could really hear the
They
keys.
did competitions too. Like
Yeah, like
yeah,
they're fully
for
on
sure.
stage. They do competitions. It's
For sure.
he's definitely used to or is a prodigy. So
Of course.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's that whole scene where he's like, they're like, "Yo, how do you know how to play the piano?" What the fuck do you mean? I couldn't play the piano. I've heard you play.
I
can
does this.
like,
That's how. Like
I walk, I talk. It's that same thing.
And we can't forget that this anime has also given us not only tears, but also one of the best OPs I've ever sang my heart out, knowing that I'm crying.
I tell you, it took me years to watch this anime because I think we all know at this point, Your Lie in April is sad as hell. It is one of these guaranteed to make you cry.
I didn't know that when I watched it.
I don't know how.
I didn't know that.
You
when I
didn't
watched
know?
it.
You didn't
No, because
know?
I watched it when it came out, so I had no idea.
No
Yeah,
idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was
I didn't know.
that like?
Yo, man, let me tell. And again, this was like around my journey of just trying to expand my repertoire to see what I like. So I'm like, I play music, like for realsies. I play music. This might be one of those music joints that I might enjoy and relate. I was a mess afterwards, bro.
Of course you were.
I was a whole
Chewed you up.
fucking mess.
Chewed you up.
I was feeling feelings I didn't know existed. Like,
Wait, did you binge it or watch it week to week?
I binged the whole thing.
Me too. I binged it. I
I'm
binged
sorry.
it.
I didn't mean to laugh.
I binged it.
No,
I
no,
started
you-
questioning everything. I started saying that, yo, it's a lie. I went out to eat. The guy was like, "You want your receipt for what?" Like, I'm just sad the whole way through. Like,
I do enjoy.
Anybody
I think there's
think-
somebody who makes a TikTok like that, and they just go to the bar and they're like, "Yo, I need like a double shot of vodka." Oh, what you watch this week? You Lie in April.
In
Here's
April.
the bottle.
It is the most beautiful, sad piece of work I've ever seen in a long time.
It is. Not to mention, we do have to check out the backstory of the main protagonist, like his mom, his teacher. It has layers. It has
is his
layers.
mom evil? Is his mom just stressed? Like, what's happening?
Listen, postpartum can go through many phases. You could be 4 years old with your kid. Your kid could be 4 years old. Postpartum is a bitch because the way her hair went down when she was in that play, bitch, like the way.
Why you ain't play it right?
And then
but I
that
won. You ain't played it right though.
Listen.
And then his PTSD from that, like,
for
and
sure.
the actual, like, seeing the symbol of him, like, be underwater, not being able to hear. I'm like, yo,
music anime are the best for that. A good music anime, they're gonna show you something. You got
Yo, that struck me to my
snowflakes.
Kono Oto is a good one. Where with her whole situation with her mom.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
These music and I'm telling you, if you want to feel something, watch a music anime.
Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
If you done band, if you done like marching band and stuff, I recommend Sound of Euphonium.
Oh, yo, we just started rewatching that. Shout out to you.
I used to be band, so I'm first of all PTSD because that audition PTSD. Because when he was doing that shit,
play this part. I know you ain't practiced. I know you didn't practice it yet.
Fuck.
Play that. Huh?
I was like, nah, bro, this ain't life. I was about to call my music teacher. I was like, yo, bro, I'm sorry. Bro, I'm sorry. I can't. But you Lie in April, man. Like
it definitely pulls the heartstrings. It's not. It's definitely a lie because the way that OP slap and you're like, oh, this sounds fun, and you're just like in the dark, just in your tears, just like
rolled up in a burrito.
This is not like in the
Hold them in too until you get to just the last episode. I don't, just in case anyone hasn't seen this yet. This is one where I don't want to spoil too much, but just when it says the lie from April, I was like, no,
yo, Falling, Bree.
I don't want to spoil.
Falling, Bree. And if you're not crying, you're a sociopath.
100%.
Yeah, it's a sociopath.
You're a sociopath.
There's a few shows I really feel the FBI should just use to find sociopaths. Just play this for them.
That's one of them.
If they do not cry, arrest them immediately.
Immediately.
Send them straight to Guantanamo. I don't care what justification you got to use.
Whatever black site. I don't care.
That's it. So, since we got Your Lie in April out, the reason I kept this title, because me and Jynn had a very interesting conversation about characters in play in this anime. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sign of Affection. So,
that anime has me in a chokehold. I'm sorry.
I heard you had a bad opinion about this anime.
Wow, really, Bree? You gonna say it's a bad opinion?
Because our man, the king of Riz, smoothest motherfucker that has existed today in all of anime, Mr. Itsuomi, let me into your world.
Let me explain something to you. Okay, you gotta understand my disposition. All right, humans exasperate me, so I'm always trying to see the shoe drop. So Your Lie in April burned me. I don't trust people. So it's like when Itsuomi is doing all this heartfelt shit, I'm like, all right, there's got to be something fucked up about this. He's got to have some skeleton in his closet. Or whatever.
I thought that too.
I didn't trust him.
I'm just saying.
The series, he was too smooth.
You feel me? I'm like, wait a minute.
It looked like he was more interested in her because of the fact of her disability, right?
Yeah. It did in the beginning. It did, and then
we got to know him a little more, and we was like, oh nah, maybe he but he was smooth as shit. That nigga peanut butter. That nigga smooth.
Did you change your mind?
At the end, I'm like, I did.
Okay.
At the end, I did, because I'm like, all right. Because honestly, what would have make or break him was that whole situation with his high school friend.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now the war's about to start. War's about to start because I already know Bree. We know how Bree feels about. First of all, okay, let me set up the battlefield real quick.
Oh, okay.
Jynn, let me tell you what happened. I'm gonna set up the battlefield. I'm gonna throw a grenade. Somebody, I'm just gonna set it up, right? So here's the situation with Bree and us, and Derby and us. So we had a discussion in the car. So we kind of were talking about how Shorty, what's her name? The one that looks like a model,
Emma.
Nakazone. Yeah. Emma. I'm saying the last name. I'm sorry. So Emma we started seeing Emma in the backstory of her and Shin, right? So they see each other we see how they all get together in high school for strange reasons. They're both different. I don't see what common interest they have other than the fact that they like being in the roof eating sandwiches. That's all I see. So other than that, we see who likes who. It's kind of like a I don't know. Who likes who? We see that Emma likes Itsumi. Am I saying it right? Itsuomi. So Emma likes Itsuomi, and then Shin likes Emma, right? So Bree feels like Itsumi wasn't aggressive enough in letting her know, bitch, it's never gonna happen, right? She feels that the communication was not being had with them two, and that he is dragging her along, being very irresponsible as a friend. Because I feel like as a friend,
I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't be that hard.
You went hard.
I think he did not fully turn her down. I wouldn't say hard. He did not fully turn her down, and that's what led to like a 3-year.
No. Let me play this out. She had every possible scenario of when this nigga could have said, no, bitch, it's not going to happen. Yeah. In the apartment. And then she said, you know what? That's not the first time she slept over. So while any of those times he would have said, well, this is not going to happen. That was one scenario. In high school, when they were all together, and she kept on playing to the fact that, you know what? We're going to go out one day, and he could have said no. He never pulled. Bree said that he never came out and fully said no. And I felt all those no's, even though they were silent, they were fucking loud. I feel like they were loud. But Bree said, no, they're not loud enough. He's just an irresponsible person who likes to play
I
with
did
people's
not
emotions.
say that because I love
Yes, you did.
He's great.
Yes, you did.
I'm just saying, I think it was more I was defending Emma because they were going by she was too aggressive. She should have taken no means no. And I'm just saying, he never really said no.
Wow.
Don't let it make no. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I'm letting all the women who are listening, don't ever let a man tell you no more than once that he don't want you. He don't really got to say, you can see it. This dude gave her the keys. I'd rather you sleep here in my apartment by yourself.
I'm not gonna be here. Like
he's like, I'm not putting myself in this situation, bro. I might miss somebody else.
Thank you.
I'm out.
And wait, whoa. Shin is not safe. I'm gonna tell you, we need to dig on Shin because motherfucker, if pussy wasn't a fucking person, it's him. Because the way you had so many ample amount of time to just come out and say, listen, shorty, you know what? I may not be the one that you want, but I could show you I'm the one that you fucking need.
No.
Hold on. I want to defend my boy Shin. Because in the show, he fully does do this. When it finally ends, he fully makes his point known.
That's all right. But
I
have an issue with that real quick. I have an issue with that because I felt like it should have had taken her friend to let her know, don't look at the rear view mirror. Look forward. That's her words precisely because I don't know. That's quotes. Ever since Derby started pointing out quotes in anime, that was a bar. The way she said, it's time for you to stop looking at the rear view and look focused into the future. Maybe this is the guy that you need to be with. And the fact that she had to say that in order for her to realize that Shin was a good guy. He's a caring guy. He's a sensitive guy. He was always there. And regardless, I'm going to say this. He's the most unselfish motherfucker ever. I'm going to say why. The fact that you could still hang with me, despite the fact that I'm love hungry over this nigga and it ain't you, and you could still hang with me and let me complain about this dude and have drinks with me, do my hair for free. These highlights fire.
What a little simp. I'm not impressed with this. I'm not impressed with this.
Wait, he's still a simp. He's still a simp, and I don't like him for that.
He charged her.
I don't think he charged her.
So can I speak my piece at least?
Yeah, sure.
Here we go.
If there are, a group of 3 hanging out since high school, and there's some love triangles going on, I will defend Side Effect. And if you hate love triangles, I also hate love triangles. Yet somehow I loved this show. But regardless, just why I say that this isn't fully Emma's fault, and she was not fully rejected. You have this group of 3. They're friends from high school. Now they're all in college, or at least college age. And you have 2 of the 3 friends sure that yes, a pair aren't together yet, but in the future, it's probably going to happen. So you have Emma, who's been asking this out for a while, getting, I'm focusing on this right now. I'm focusing on that right now. But thinking like, you know what? It's okay. I don't mind. I'll wait. Next week, I'll ask you out again. You say no. All right. I'll wait. You have the other friend. He's like, I have a crush on this girl, but you know what? I know it's just a matter of time. As soon as that guy is ready to date, they'll become a couple. It's happily ever after. I'm not trying to make things messy in this friend group. So 2 of the 3 are sure. So what that tells me after years is at no point were either of them specifically told, hey, I'm not interested. Period. Not right now. Okay. Not a maybe later. I'm not interested in dating this person at all.
After about a month is kind of my grace period of I would listen to that argument. After a month of, I'm really not interested right now. So you're not interested.
Did both of them think that she still had a chance until he finally dated someone else?
Because she kept going for it.
Then the other guy wouldn't let her know that, I spoke to you to me. He's fully not into you. Not just a not right now, because from that third perspective, it wasn't just she's just banging herself against a brick wall. It'll never happen. She was like, it'll probably happen eventually.
The same way I don't forgive
an extended period.
The same way I don't forgive dudes in the friend zone. After you made your stance known, if you're still in the friend zone, that's on you. Exactly. You can walk away at this point. You chose to be here.
Yeah.
Hey,
she chose to be here. I feel nothing for her.
Okay, Jynn, let's see what you say. We've kind of like blocked you out of this. What do you got?
I will no, because you all give interesting points. I will say this. I will agree with you, Bree.
Yes!
Only in the beginning part of the high school, like the high school stuff.
Yes.
That makes a lot more. Yeah. That elevator scene should have told you everything you needed to know. Because remember, she was on him. She was on him, and
like butter on popcorn,
and physically rejected her. And then it got into the apartment, and then he left. So all of that should have told you, like, yo,
you ain't it.
But first of all, we forgot the insult. That nigga said, first of all, bitch, you know you wasn't here last night. Why you saying you just that was another one too.
And that was a correction, like crazy correction too. Like,
but still, I would still say that's not quite enough. Because just
what
because of this, after that, hold up.
Apparently.
After that, like, yo, you know you weren't here last night, so come in, sit down, have a beer, and then I'll leave. I'm just saying those are a little bit mixed message. Not stay out of my apartment.
Is not the only one that's
stay out of my apartment. Go home. Still, you can come in and
the only one that's deaf. So you mean to tell me we need to sound like "fuck you, bitch"? We need to do that? Is that what you're saying?
Man.
I'm just saying, Itsuomi knew enough languages. He could have told her at any point it's never going to happen. At a certain point, when you notice,
and I get that,
the subtle, maybe not right now, isn't working. You got to just say no.
Again, you also got to understand Itsuomi wasn't. He knows. It's not like he doesn't know Emma likes her. You know he does.
We know he does, and we know he's a straightforward person. We've seen him with all his moves directly say what he means.
But he's very careful with his close friends and family. You know that too. So this is why he, like, when he got together with Homegirl, he knew that was going to be a thing for Emma. So that's why he went to Shin. Was like, yo, I need you to
not a girlfriend.
But that was before. He doesn't.
Because look, remember when he handles our main girl's best friend, or not best friend?
What a handle!
He sees this immediately and says, "You know what? This is messy. I'm just gonna handle this right now. You meet, we're going out for drinks. Handle. We've seen him handle things on the spot. So it's been at least 1 full year,
but it's
at least months. We don't know exactly how long it was between them in high school and them in modern day. But all that, he never did. All that directness did not come up.
But that's a stranger.
Emma's a close friend, and I don't want to hurt her like
it might be different.
Like, it's a weak point for
I was because
at the very least he knew she did not get his message. So there's a certain point, if you notice, oh, you're not hearing me when I'm nice about it. Okay, just know. I'm letting you down as easy as I can.
That's not my
So as soon as he got a girlfriend, he could end it immediately. But any time before that, he knew she still thought she had a chance, and he still didn't straight up say nah. I'm not interested in you.
Not everybody's built like you, Bree.
Not everybody. We're not even built like that. Because we're not even built like that. Because
what other case did we see him pussyfoot around? One other time in anime.
It just shows me that it's something with the dynamics with his high school friends is you act different with other people depending on your dynamics and friendship and stuff like that. You
code switch.
Then all I'm saying is she at least had valid reason to think she might still have a chance. That's my only argument.
Look,
there is a point in her mind that she thought if he really wants me to stop, he would just tell me.
I will say up to the point, up to the elevator, I would agree with you. I would say up to the. I would be like, all right, you know what? There are some people who are delusional enough that would go for this goal and be like, you know what? I'm gonna keep going until they tell me no.
That's not what you said the other weekend. I'm gonna tell you what Jynn said. Jynn said he didn't like Itsumi because it didn't make sense why he couldn't get with Emma. He said it doesn't make any sense why. Didn't you say that? You didn't know why?
No, that wasn't me. That was Homeboy. That wasn't me.
My bad.
I had suspicion on Itsumi.
Cut. This part gonna get cut out. Let's act like this never happened. All right. Cool.
I had suspicion on Itsumi. And I was pissed at the childhood friend, that bitch.
He should have shot his shot, but did not. And I have the same issue about Shin. You should have shot your shot.
Oh no,
Shin fucked himself because the reason why.
And I feel like Shin played into Emma's delusions, thinking she has a shot, because he was also right there next to her, saying, "Yeah, it'll happen."
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because he wanted that to happen. Because I don't remember the girl, like his other friend or whatever, told her what's the deal with him and Emma, and Shin was the one that said, "I don't have no feelings."
I'll never date her.
Yeah,
that shit.
That was rough.
Hold on.
That was rough for him.
First of all, he didn't just say it.
He yelled that shit.
Yelled it on the rooftop.
I will never
say this would never be a bitch that I would even claim in the least bit, even walk down and have a date with. The bitch was like, damn.
So again, in Emma's defense, she had that guy in her ear since high school, telling her like, "Nah, you still got a shot. She shut me out of the apartment. Don't worry about it. That's just each one.
I will give you that.
Y'all are gonna get together eventually."
I will give you that.
So
and that's only
it's Shin's fault for
getting It's Shin's fault.
It's kind of Shin's fault. Shin was just straightforward with the one saying like, "Yo, he ain't interested."
Wait. Pause. Real quick. I think we're missing the point. Who's the real villain? The real villain is Oshi.
No, hold on.
No, he's the real villain. No.
Nah, he ain't really do nothing wrong.
He didn't do it.
He was sad in a corner. And then fucking Itsumi handled that.
No. First of all, that's a real man. Itsumi said, "I'm gonna make you love me, bitch."
Right.
Yes, bro.
But yo,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I couldn't have the heart to go out with somebody that like my husband just to have them like me. Bitch, you gotta die. You gotta go. No. You childhood friends with him, so that means you have a connection deeper than what I done. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
It's on me. It was really like, it's not that deep, bro.
Yeah, that's basically what he told him. All right, because Oshi was sitting here sad, like making his statements, whatever, but it didn't matter. He never actually did anything to fuck up that relationship. And Itsuomi nipped it in the bud before it ever got anywhere.
The reason
sign of affection is the man. If you're trying to figure out how to get a girlfriend, if you're an anime guy sitting there not knowing what to do, watch Sign of Affection and take some notes.
No. Itsuomi. Let's be specific.
Don't be Shin. Don't be Oshi. You can be Itsuomi, or you can even be the bartender friend. What's the bartender friend's name? Because he also handled it.
He didn't do much. He just sat around.
Right, but he at least saw when a girl was interested in it and
said,
"Sure, let's take this forward."
I mean, listen,
how straightforward, simple.
But that's Itsuomi's cousin.
Yeah, that's more Itsuomi.
Must run in the blood.
But this is wait, hold on. Let's go real quick. Let's go back to Oshi and we're gonna do this. The reason I say he's the villain, I never liked this nigga on camera. I'm gonna tell you why. Every time when it came to Yuki, right? It felt like she was a burden. Yeah. It felt like every time when I'm around this chick, I gotta make sure that why would she be outside? Like, why? Like the simple shit that she's trying to gain her independence. Like, one thing I like about Yuki, she never makes you feel sad about her disability. She tells you this is her world. And every now and then she'll tell you that, you know what? I didn't get a chance to look up at them. I didn't get a chance to see what they were read the lips fast enough. Maybe, I'll be more. She never made it something that you need to be sad for. Never did, right? But here go this nigga.
Yo.
Every time he see her outside, where you think you going? You need to be in the house. You need to do this. You are so like, who's going with you? You're such a burden. But in all actuality, the nigga just doesn't know how to express it. This is the nigga from Elf Bride. That's who he is. Don't
put that on my Elf Bride.
Hold on.
Put that on my man from Elf Bride.
I feel like there's a lot of things that he never got a chance to fully express because of the fact that he's just a mean son of a bitch. I get it. But here's the thing. He's been in love with this girl ever since he met her day one. Yeah. And then, like, he learned sign language for this girl, even though he picked on her and was like, oh, this bitch will never understand. Like, why would she come? Like, there was a scene with fireworks, and you know what fireworks mean on a slice of life. So there was a scene with the fireworks, right? And in his mind, you could tell he's like, what the fuck is she doing here? Like, she can't hear anything. But the fact that she was still able to enjoy how beautiful the fireworks were, that's when he was like, you know what? Maybe I should ease up on her and she should be able to still have a life, right? But still, he still tried to suffocate her and keep her in that cage. And for that, I will never, ever respect that. Because here's somebody that you love. Why would you cage them? Why would you make them feel like you're a burden? She will never know that this nigga really, really love her. Yep. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I don't even think he knows how to show that. That's his problem. I don't think he knows how to show her that type of love. Because every time when shorty see him, she's like, oh shit, he here. Yep. Never on some like, oh, what up, homie? The homie say, oh, what he doing? Why he look at me like that? What the fuck?
What explains it all perfectly. She just says one great line when like talking about him. It's like, oh yeah, he knows sign language, but he only ever signs mean things.
Yeah.
It's like childhood neighbors, like, hey dummy, morning stupid. Yeah. So not like full on bullying, pulling her or anything. It's just being the annoying brat, and he never changed from an annoying brat in her eyes.
What's crazy is that even Yuki like described like the way he signs is like rough and like
a
little cruel.
Yeah,
like if fuck you like
a little bit of a fuck you. Yeah, exactly. But not I can't see Oshi as a villain simply because he stood down.
Yeah,
I can't speak to any future seasons or any future manga.
Nigga, what shot does he have? Did you see it?
It doesn't matter that he doesn't have a shot. It matters that he did stand down. Because there are many other shows and many other characters that still go, nah, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna mess this up.
Nah, you gotta know what you're doing.
You make her cry. I'm shooting my shot. That is fair.
That's fair.
That is fair.
What he said? What he said? That's never gonna happen, nigga.
Yeah,
hold your breath. That's what he said.
The only thing,
as long as Oshi lives by that, I'm fine with him.
Look, the only thing I see happening between like the dynamic between Oshi and Yuki is they're just gonna reconcile their past is the past in situation and be friends. Because the way
he's not even at the level where he needs to reconcile. He's not a bully. This isn't a silent voice situation. He's the annoying guy who lives next door. He is the annoying guy who lives next door since childhood.
But this is anime, not real life.
Their parents might send him over to give cookies.
This is anime, not real life.
But not even an annoying guy. He's still just a childhood friend. Like you said, not
even friend is strong.
I'd say friend is accurate.
Yeah.
It's basically like your best friend who always makes fun of you all the same time.
Right.
It's a homie. It's just we're just a little too close. We've known each other too long, so there's some inside jokes that seem mean to other people, but to me, it's like, he always says idiot. It's fine.
He always
I've seen him wet himself, so like
exactly.
That's the vibe between them. I saw him wet himself when we were 6.
Exactly.
But you want to know something?
And he calls me a poopy head. That kind of thing. Like that kind of thing. Not malicious. Just he only signs stupid, mean stuff. He calls me a poopy head every time. Yeah. And I saw him wet himself when he was 6. That's their dynamic.
Exactly. We know too much about each other.
Exactly. So that's what, like, at the end game, I don't see him as a threat to you or
be together. I see him as a douche, though. I really do see him as a douche.
Not a chance. And then I also...
He's sad. That's about
I see him just getting over it, moving on, wishing her the best as a friend should. And Itsuomi being who he is, he's gonna get another friend in him. So,
different genres, different stories, and this is what really appreciating anime is all about. It's okay to really like your shonen. We're not talking down on shonen. You can like your seinen. You can like all of that. But when you put vegetables on the plate, that's what really make the doo-doo slide. And that's what you
put that on a shirt. Put that on a shirt. When you eat the vegetables, make the doo-doo slide.
That's what you mean. It's just so refreshing to see men sit down and have discussions, like real barber shop talk discussions on romance and slice of life and fantasy anime. It just did my heart great. And to know that the one guy that actually made that discussion happen in front of us and Jynn was a watcher of Black Ramen podcast. Definitely, we listen. Mission complete. And any final words?
Yeah, nothing, man. I've really got nothing. This is everybody be good. Spread positivity. Read different shit. Watch different shit.
Yeah, watch different shit.
Because you never, for real, you never know. My list of different genres is insane at this point. And make sure you follow the movement. Black Ramen Podcast, Shonen Pump. We're doing things, and we got a lot more in store for everybody.
Don't we ever? Stay tuned. We got some shit brewing, niggas. We got
OD.
You smell that? Woo! It's about to be good. It's about to be lit. But don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our trivia book on Amazon. The link is on our link tree. If you follow us on Instagram, it's Black Ramen Podcast. Don't forget to purchase a book. Don't forget to purchase a t-shirt. It's getting hot outside. You might need the logo to keep you nice and cool. It's available. It's on our Redbubble. It's also on our link. Don't forget to listen to us. Don't forget to have your notifications on. And with that being said, we are out. Later. Peace.
Later.